Police Department. I'm here today to provide a brief update on what has occurred here in downtown Salt Lake City. Around 1:30 this afternoon, we received multiple reports of people who were injured near the area of 300 East, 100 South. As our officers were responding, we confirmed information that this incident actually happened outside of a funeral home. Based on the preliminary information that we have been able to confirm that the people associated to this incident were were at the funeral home when this all occurred. Salt Lake City 911 received reports that there was multiple people that had been stabbed and that there had possibly been a shot fired. Based on the preliminary information at this point, our detectives are still trying to sort everything out, and we are trying to confirm everyone's involvement. At this point, we have 6 people who are in the hospital. We are referring to everyone as patients as our detectives continue to sort out their involvement. This was a very chaotic scene. We had officers from across Salt Lake City and some nearby agencies who are already in downtown respond to assist with this. Thankfully, community members who witnessed this incident immediately called into 911 to report a potential vehicle that was involved in this case leaving the funeral home at a high rate of speed. That information was broadcasted out to all of our officers, and we had officers in the area of number 49 West Broadway locate and stop that vehicle. Again, that address where the traffic stop happened was number 49 West Broadway. Inside that car, there were a total of 3 people. Of the 3 people, 2 people have minor injuries, and they have been taken to area hospitals. The 3rd person from that car has been detained for questioning by our detectives. Back here at this scene near 300 East, 100 South, near the funeral home, we have a total of 4 patients. 3 of those patients preliminarily have been stabbed, and the 4th person has been shot. We have been able to confirm that. The person who was shot is in critical condition with potentially life-threatening injuries, and everybody else who is at the hospital have injuries ranging from minor to serious, but none of those injuries are considered life-threatening. Again, at this point, we have not been able to determine the motive for this, nor have we been able to determine, again, how many people were considered suspects or victims. But again, at this point, preliminarily, we believe that everyone who is associated to this incident who has been hurt somehow may have attended this event here at the funeral. I can take some questions. So part of this investigation right now will be for our detectives to sort through everyone's identity, to confirm their identities, and to figure out their relationships. At this point, we haven't been able to confirm the identities or their relationship to people.
The person that was shot, were they shot at the funeral home or were they shot at another location?
So this is a very complex investigation. You can see that we have multiple scenes. It extends several blocks. So our officers are going to try to determine where the shooting happened. We have our detectives from our gang unit assisting. We also have detectives from our violent crime and robbery squad assisting. Detectives are also right now canvassing the area here in downtown, looking for any surveillance video that may help them with this investigation. We are asking community members if anyone has Ring doorbell cameras or any other personal surveillance cameras that may be able to help provide tips or information to this case to contact us. Again, this all started just before 1:30 this afternoon.
Age range of patients of the 6?
Don't have that information in terms of the age of everyone who is involved, nor do we have their genders.
Any of them children?
No, at this point I have not been informed of anyone who is a minor.
There's a lot of construction that's happening here, and that was happening, outside of this, and obviously people who were attending. Have you had a lot of witnesses?
So I haven't been able to determine we haven't been able to determine how many witnesses there were. We did set up a staging location for our officers to bring all of the witnesses over. You can have in these situations people who saw something. You can have someone who actually saw the incident happen, or you can have a witness who may have heard something. So both those types of individuals are both equally important to us, and so we wanted to make sure that we had all of those witnesses moved off to an area so they could talk to our officers and our detectives so we could build together information about what exactly happened here.
Was Salt Lake PD ever made aware that this
That I don't have information on that. We did have officers who were already assisting an operation along the Jordan River Trail today, and I know that those officers, when this call came out, this was one of those calls for service that we have officers stop what they're doing and head to the scene immediately to assist the people in our community who needed help.
Are there any other outstanding suspects in this case?
There are no outstanding suspects at this time. There is no danger to our community. We want to acknowledge the immediate and fast response by our patrol officers, detectives, everyone at the Salt Lake City Police Department. And again, I would just reiterate, when this call for service came out, we had officers who were on different calls for service, clearing those calls. We had officers who were working other events, and they immediately responded to this. This is a very rare incident that happens, and fortunately our officers are highly trained for these situations to immediately respond to these types of incidents to ensure and to help ensure the safety of our community.
Can you clarify if the stabbings took place inside the funeral home or if they happened outside?
Based on the preliminary information that we have right now, we believe that this incident happened outside of the funeral home. So we've been able to determine that there was some sort of event happening at the funeral home, and there were a large number of people. We don't know how many people were there. There was some sort of fight that broke out that resulted into the stabbing and then subsequently that shooting.
Can you talk about which roads are closed off to cars right now and how long you anticipate officers will be out here?
So we do know that obviously we have the area of 100 East, 100 South shut down. That's where we are right now. And then also the area near number 49 West Broadway. The reason we have that area shut down where the traffic stop happened is because our detectives are going to be in the very early stages of this investigation. They'll work to obtain a search warrant for that vehicle. We have been able to confirm that we have identified a firearm inside that car. Our officers right now are working with our detectives to obtain a warrant to collect that firearm to appropriately seize it as part of this investigation.
So the two people that were in the vehicle that were transported, were those stab wounds then?
No, based on the information that we have, the two people who were inside that car near number 49 West North, or excuse me, near number 49 West Broadway, they had physical injuries. There is nothing to indicate that they had stab wound injuries. All right, thank you, everyone.